Hello, my beautiful people. What's going on? It's your favorite girl, Filled with Britt Britt. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're discussing part two or part 3 on starting your life over. I think this is part 2 video. So, if you haven't watched the part 1 on reclaiming my life and restarting over your life, check out that video first. The link will be in the bio. So this is gonna be a series, y'all, because it's levels to this, okay? It's not just you do these things and then you just, all right, I'm ready, I'm done. You know, it's steps you have to take, and it's emotions you got to feel. It's a lot to this, y'all. So I'm gonna start a restart in my life series because I think that's a good idea. I had to do it and I'm passionate about it, and I feel like it's good for me to talk about because I'm living proof that you can do it. I did it and you can do it too. So check out my first video, y'all, on reclaiming my life. So say we in the second week, right, of leaving the jokester. So we left the jokester alone. We followed all the tips. We cut him out of our life. So now you got this new lifestyle. Now, it's different ways. It's different ways on how you can approach this. Some people go straight into hot girl city. Some people go straight into city girl finesse, because a lot of times, I ain't gonna lie, I was like this, I was hurt. So when you hurt, you try to date out of a broken space, and you try to go in the game, trying to think you doing something, and 10 times out of 10, it's not gonna work because you're not in the right energy. You're not in the right mental space, and you're not even just right emotionally to be trying to date. So that's why it's important to just take that time to yourself. Don't get back in the streets trying to play get back. Don't get in the streets trying to be a finesse god and a finesse queen and all that, because well, I know for me it ain't for me. So I'm gonna just say that it ain't for me. Some women can do it, some can't. I can't do it. I'm not that type of woman. So but yeah, so now it's been 2 weeks after the breakup. So now, okay, I'm about to go down. I'm about to go run it down how this go. So now the person see you ain't playing with them, right? This is real stuff. This is real stuff. The person see you not playing with them. So now either they gonna put the pressure on hard to get you back, or they gonna completely wash their hands. Most of the time, if you the one that left and you was a good person, they gonna try to come back. 10 times out of 10, they're gonna try to come back. Baby, I'm sorry. Baby, I miss you. I was just bugging. You know, I'm growing up. I'm working on it. Da, 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 da. Now, you can't fall for this. Now, if the sex good, you have to be very careful not to fall into the situationship category, because if you got an ex with some good stuff on him, he got that stuff on him, that thing on him, he gonna be back over there, knocking you down, okay? So you gotta have mental strength. I know it's easier said than done. I'd have been there. It's gonna be times you're gonna want to call Marcus up, like, look, Marcus, let's just work it out. Because then sometimes you want to go back to X because you don't want to add a new body to you, and then you don't want to have to start over with a whole new person. And then it's like, oh damn, okay, I've been with him anyway, why not? But that's just not gonna help you heal and move on. I'm telling you, I know the game, I know. So you got to be strong enough when Marcus texts you, because he going to text you or call you. Let's talk about it. And then he going to come over. Next thing you know, he give you a massage. Next thing you know, your ass in the air. And then you back to the roller coaster. So you have to be like, no, this is not a good time. Or just, this the best way to do it. Block and delete. Now, we on our second week after we done did all of our steps from the first video. So we on our second week. We in our emotions. We like, dang, now I gotta start my life over. Now it's like, oh God, ain't talking to nobody. It's like, now what do I do? I ain't got nobody take out my trash. I ain't got nobody help me pay these bills. Who gonna help me raise little Marcus Jr.? All this type of stuff is going through your head. So now it's like, oh my God. Oh my God, what do I do? So the best bet is to block and delete. Number one. If you got children involved, you have to come to a happy medium and remove emotions to finish raising your kids, period. It ain't about your feelings. It ain't about his feelings. Don't nobody care about your feelings. It's about that baby. So I don't play about the kids. I'm for the kids. So if you got kids, that's a whole different situation. But if you ain't got no kids, you can block and delete. And I know it's hard to break a soul tie, but you got to go pray. You got to pray that spirit off of you. You got to pray that good sex off of you. You got to pray his energy off of you. And so block and delete. On social media, you have to delete him because you're starting a new chapter over in your life. So if you keep on trying to be his friend on social media, you keep trying to go stalk his page. I never understood why people do this all the time. Stalking all day, and stalking a new girlfriend, and texting and calling him. Do not be a bugaboo. If you breaking up with somebody, that's the worst thing to do, is to be a bugaboo. Because you will be the laughing stock. Trust me, you will be the laughing stock. It's not cute, it's embarrassing. So the best thing you could do is be unbothered. You need to be as unbothered as can be. I don't care if you're crying every night. Do not be hawking and stalking nobody down after you all done broke up. Do not do that. Do not do that. You need to be working on you. You need to be focusing on you. You need to be learning from your mistakes. You need to be looking at what you did wrong and what you could do better next time. You need to be looking at what you allowed in the past that you would never allow again, okay? So unfollow him, unsubscribe from him, block him, delete him, because the more you keep out of sight, out of mind. That's what I think. That's how I do stuff. Once I'm done and washing my hands with you for good, you're done. And my problem I had in my past, y'all, I ain't gonna lie. I would be the person because I was so forgiving. That's where I went wrong. I was too forgiving. So I would be so forgiving to the point where I would build up a case on somebody. And that would do nothing but hurt me more, because that's just more hurt added on top of the pile. And then now it's this big old case. And now I'm just ready to explode. But then again, when I build a case, that helps me leave you alone for good, because I think about all the bad stuff you did to me. But that's not good. When somebody do something to you the first time, you leave. Don't let nobody keep doing stuff, because you teaching them how to treat you. You showing them that they can get away with stuff. Little do you know. So yes, I did that before. Don't do that. And so yeah, block and delete. And now you gotta start just doing you, baby. You gotta start getting with some friends, some healthy, like I said before, healthy, happy friends. Or sometimes you might just need to isolate and stay to yourself, just to pull yourself together, because you feeling all these emotions. You feeling embarrassment. You feeling disappointed. You feeling so hurt, and you feeling upset. You feeling confused. You feeling bitter. You feeling angry, because that's involved too. I felt all that. All of that. You gonna feel revengeful. You gonna feel vindictive. You gonna feel all type of feelings. So let yourself feel those feelings. Do not go out here catching the case. Do not go to jail. Do not be pressing and stressing and stalking. Invest in yourself and spend this new time with yourself. That's the best thing you can do. Do not overly emotionally invest into somebody who is not emotionally invested in you. Do not do that. That's not good, y'all. It's not a good thing to do. And the best thing I learned from life is to put myself first. Put myself first. Prioritize myself and my needs first. And to love on myself first. Because, it was a time when, I didn't love myself enough, because obviously the stuff I was allowing shows that I didn't love myself no more. But now, You can't try that now. I would laugh at you literally in your face if you try anything I ever allowed in my past now. What? Don't even try. You a clown. You a clown for even trying to think you was going to try me, you know? Go play with a homegirl down the street. Because I ain't the one. And the mindset you have to have, y'all, when you're restarting your life, this the mindset I had, y'all. Let me tell y'all what I did. The mindset I had was I had to have a your loss mindset. I've said this before in one of my videos. So, your loss, like that's your loss. Your loss mindset is just what it is. So, in my mindset, I told myself, that's his loss. He lost something good because I was a good woman to him, and I was supportive, and I was this, and I was that, and da 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 da. So, you have to have that type of mindset to get over it. And guess what? It works. It works because when you know you were genuinely a good person to somebody, and you know you did your best to communicate and work through things and talk about what you don't like, and they keep doing things you don't like, then you gave all you could give. And that person didn't obviously value or respect you enough to give you what you wanted. So you have to bounce, and you got to have a your loss mindset. It's your loss. It ain't my loss. I won. I won because I walk away. I left you. You know, and I left because I love me first. I left because I choose me first. I know I don't stay because you want me to stay. That's the problem a lot of women do. They think that they got to stay because, oh, well, what about him? No, what about you? Your sanity, your emotional well-being is worth it. Your emotional well-being is serious. Like, it's not a joke. So don't be scared to leave, and don't feel like you got to be trapped and forced to stay because somebody's trying to puppet you and bully you into a relationship. You don't got to stay with nobody you don't want to stay with. If you want to leave their ass, you leave. So it ain't about what they want. It's about what you want as a person. That's why we have to have self-worth, y'all. Oh, this stuff get me emotional, child. Whew. This is why we have to have self-worth for real, because if we had self-worth from jump, we wouldn't even deal with stuff. But you know, life is a big lesson. So I'm not going to sit there and pick myself apart, because sometimes you just don't know. It's girls out here who wasn't taught that. Like, I wasn't taught. I didn't know. You know, sometimes you're naive, you sheltered. That's why I went through a lot of stuff in my life, because I was sheltered. Wasn't taught about boys. Wasn't taught like how boys operate. So you have to learn through trial and error, because that was the way of the world. You know, we ain't had nobody tell us. But yeah, you don't got to stay with nobody because they want you to stay. Don't do that. And you are worth it. Most of the time, when you young, like super young, the boyfriends you got and the friends you got, most of the time they don't be around a lifetime, you know. So, and that's the thing nobody never tells us, because we will sit there and think it's some Barbie world fairy tale that this man is gonna be our Prince Charming forever, and that's not the case. Most of the time it's not the case. Sometimes it can happen now, but most of the time that's not the case. But yeah, so with this new life you starting, start working on you. Focus on me. Focus on me. Get you a checklist on everything you want to do with your life, and start checking off things. Like, I start traveling. I start losing my weight. I start working on my appearance, working on my energy, working on myself, getting into therapy, just doing things for me, only me. It wasn't about him, her, him. It was only about me and what Brittany wanted to do. And that's the best thing I could have ever did with my life, y'all, because as y'all know, I changed my life around, and I'm the happiest I ever been in my life. And if I can do it, you can do it too. You can start a new life over. It's hard, but it's worth it. And if it's not worth fighting for, and then the respect is gone, then bounce, you know. You don't got to stay in that. So, I love y'all so much. And also, another thing about starting over, it's going to be scary living alone. Ain't nobody tell you that. Ain't nobody tell you that part. you're gonna be scared. So sometimes when you sleep, you're gonna be like, what was that noise? You're gonna be jumping and stuff if you hear something. That's something people don't tell you. And but it's okay. Get you some protection. Get you a dog. Get you something, you know, to make yourself feel safe and secure, because when you was with your partner most likely rock you to sleep and sleep with you at night and made you feel safe and secure. And now that you don't have that no more, you sleeping by yourself. It's like, oh, what the heck is this? But you gotta just learn to be alone. And being alone is not a bad thing. Being alone can be a true blessing in your life. So, girl, yes, spend time with yourself, baby. And when you're ready to get out and date, once you get healed and once you become back happy and back yourself again, get out here and date again. You know, don't take your baggage from the last relationship to the new person, because that's not fair to the new person. And don't tell the new person everything the last person did, because that's not none of their business. And then that way you gonna be teaching them how to treat you. If you tell them what the ex, everything the ex did, that's bad. You showing them what you allowed. So that's a no-no. Don't ever tell no man everything your ex did. That ain't none of their business. We grew apart. That's all they need to know, okay? Well, yeah, so starting your life over, you know, get you some AAA. That's another thing. Get you some AAA on your car, because normally if you could call your boyfriend to fix stuff, you can't call your boyfriend no more. Get you a piece, a gun, or something to protect you, a dog, AAA, and get you God, okay? Get you some faith in God, all right? So that's it for this video. And I know it's probably hard to, you know, readjust, but some lint in the air. It's hard to readjust, but you can do it, y'all. Trust me. And the more you learn how to sit alone with yourself, the easier it'll be. And you will actually like your me time and being alone. So, yeah, that's it for this video. And Reclaiming Your Life Part 2, starting over Part 2. Part 3 coming soon. I don't know what I'm going to brainstorm and whip up, but I just did this one off the dome, off the top of my head, because it's stuff I did. So, it's a series. So, we going to keep it going, okay? See you later. Reclaiming My Life.